Hello, everyone. Welcome to the quarterfinals once again in the FTX Road to Miami. And one of the highlights of the quarterfinals is Jan Christoph Duda's win over Giri. They drew 3 games and there's one decisive game where Duda played the double fianchetto with black. Let's check it out. Giri started with knight f3. To play d5 and g3 b6, and that's so common move. Okay, countering g2 with b7. All right, nice counterplay. Challenging on the light square. Yeah, bishop g2, bishop b7, castles g6. Now the double fianchetto for Duda. d4, bishop g7. c4, knight f6. c takes d5, castles. Rook e1, bishop takes d5. Okay, knight and bishop. Controls that important e4 square. But now, white has knight e3, so e4 is coming up. White is actually better here. Bishop goes back to b7, e4. Okay. Pawn on e4 and d4, controlling e5 and d5 with the right plan. Right, white should win in this game, but unfortunately for Giri, mistakes happen. Yeah, knight into a6. Okay, not so common move for the knight. Okay, maybe, but what else? What else can black do? If he moves at knight to d7, then white can just have more space, yeah, and also this e6. So there's a reason why he played knight a6. Now, if you go for e5, knight e5, and if let's say e6, okay, maybe I can just go f6 here. Yeah, at least the pawn is not attacking that knight on d7, is on a6. So knight a6, bishop g5, h6, bishop f4. So Giri provoked that pawn on a6, so he could target it with queen d2 or h4 first, and then queen d2. This is queen d2. All right, the battery on the diagonal, the dark square diagonal, attacking e6. Duda went for king h7. If he goes g5 here, not too sure. Okay, Giri has bishop e5, of course, or maybe he could sacrifice on g5 later on. But h4 is coming up there to break the king side. So black played king h7, rook d1, nice one. And this is an ideal position for white. Centralized rooks, e1 and d1, pawns. You're controlling e5 and d5. What more can you ask? Yeah? Queen e7, a3, all right, taking away b4. So the knight is stuck on a6 at the moment. Rook fd8, b4. Now the start of a wrong plan. c5 is always there for black. Maybe h4 here. Yeah, stop g5. If black goes c5, you have d5. Now, what's the difference here? When you play b4, black now has c5. All right, because black undermines both pawns. If you go d5, for example, you can capture on b4. Yes, you allow the pawn to be attacked. It's soundly sleeping on b2, right? The better square on b2 for the pawn here. And when you go for b4, a3 is enough to stop that knight on b4. Maybe he doesn't want this knight on c5. Okay, let's take a look at knight c5 here. Okay, and then just queen c2 maybe. We can also go for e5 here. b4, okay, the start of a wrong plan. Now Duda now has a counterplay with c5. Takes on c5, okay, it activates a knight. Knight takes on c5. Again, e5 anymore, e5 is not that strong anymore. Okay, I can just move back with queen to f8. Now I have this pin on the queen. See, so Giri went for queen c2. And I like this practical move, practical sacrifice, positional sacrifice by Duda. Duda is a fighter. Sacrificing minor pieces. Okay, 2 minor pieces for the rook. Takes. So rook c8 first. Takes. So we have a bishop and knight for that rook, but with an extra pawn. And at the same time, we also have extra 2 pawns. So value-wise, rook and 2 pawns, that's 7. 2 minor pieces, 6. So basically, black is a pawn up, and also this potential queens is connected pass pawns. But white has a dangerous. The compensation for white is also he has a dangerous attack of king. h4, queen a4, hitting the rook on d1. Rook into d2, queen c6. Again, when the opponent is attacking, exchange, especially that superior piece, the queen. Queen c6, queen e3, queen e8. Right, protecting g6. King h2. Okay, maybe he wants to move away from this back rank check. e5, bishop f1. Okay, now the bishop is going to d3. Giri is still ahead here. d5. All right, pass pawns might be pushed. Nothing else for black. Bishop d3, p4, h5. Right, pressure on g6. You can have knight h4 or knight e5 here. So Duda went for rook c3, pinning the queen, and potentially rook takes d3. Yeah. Giri captured on g6, takes. He played knight e5. Okay, mistake. Bishop e5 might have been better here. Yeah. Take away the dark square first to relieve the pressure on e4. No, knight e5. Duda played e4. Okay, if you take on g6, just this queen takes g6, right? Because knight takes, this rook takes e3. So Duda is counting on that pin. He just pushes his pawn. Queen into e4. All right, quite scary. Knight, queen, bishop. 3 pieces ganging up on g6. Duda just simply played king g8, moving out of danger. Queen b7. b8. Duda was ready for the draw here. Look, b8, d8. Here he wanted to fight, king b6. b8, queen e5. And he was rewarded for throwing. Now with g5, oh no. Bishop g6, queen b5, forcing again the exchange of queen. Of course, Giri couldn't exchange his queen because there's an attack on the bishop and the connected pawns. But unfortunately for Giri, king is safe. Bishop f7, just king f8, nice move. King is ready to take the bishop. If you go, okay, he played queen a5 here, but if you go queen takes b8, for example, queen is b8, knight to d7, just king takes, bishop takes b8, pass pawn. How to stop the connected pawns? The unstoppable pawns. Okay, you have bishop d6, stop a3 for now, but rook c2. Your force takes, move that bishop back to a3, but the bishop can take on d4, taking away the escape square for the knight. OMG. And attacking f2. If you move your king to g2, for example, king e8. Only move for the knight on b8. And then bishop c5. Bishop has to go back to c1. The principle of 2 weaknesses. 2 pass pawns, A and C. Giri couldn't take his queen. He picked queen a5, but unfortunately that queen is trapped over k8. Oops. No space. Rook is there. Queen is there. Where's queen going? Bye-bye. One more move. Take the bishop. Giri resigned. And Duda moves on to the semifinals. Okay, two players from the candidates, Duda and Rapport, in the semifinals. I think it's Aronian versus Duda and Wei versus Rapport. That would be the exciting semis here. The young players are eliminated. Sam, Sibian, Arjun, Erigaisi, and who else? Jeffy Chong, yeah. Three young players. The exit door. So experience matters and experience prevails here. So that's it. Duda winning over Giri, 2.5, 1.5, 3 draws, and 1 decisive game. And in the semifinals, Duda, I think he'll get Duda. Is it Duda against? Is it Duda Aronian? I think it's Aronian Duda, if I'm not mistaken. Duda Aronian and Wei Report. So that's it. Thank you guys again for supporting our channel, Charles Masters and Charles Masters Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.